Welcome back from the break. You're still watching NTV Sport Nights, and I have a medal here from Kitara Football Club after their historic win, that is the Uganda Cup. And joining us now is Paul Mucurezi, the Vice Captain of Kitara FC. A very good evening to you. Welcome to NTV Sport Nights.
Thank you so much. Good evening to you too.
Thank you for the medal. I think I might take it home and show my children that, you know, I won something in my day. And the trophy is here. Are the celebrations still going on in Hoima? In
Hoima, everything is damn crazy at the moment. People are so excited. People just want to all reserve their trophy next to them. Getting it to bring it here was is a tug of war. Like, people really want to be with the trophy.
And you're very loyal. I was in Masindi one time, going to Masindi, and they told me the traffic on this road is because, you know, there's
Kitara is playing. Yeah, that is it. The people out there are so amazing. It's overwhelming, you know. I've not seen fans like these ones in the, apparently in the Ugandan league.
Okay, so what does this mean to you? This cup, this win?
Oh, this really means a lot to me. It's a big achievement on my side, and I'm so excited to have achieved it, and I'm looking forward to achieving more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll go to Clive now. Clive, we know you've been patiently standing by. What question do you have?
First of all, congratulations to Paul Mucureezi. The question I'm having should have come at the later stages of the interview, but I'll ask it anyway. Of course, I did play a pivotal role in guiding Kitara Football Club to their first silverware in history. But before even the final,
Clive, did you say you?
I beg your pardon?
Did you say you played a pivotal role in guiding Kitara?
No. I said Paul
like I played.
He played. He played a pivotal role in guiding Kitara to their first title ever. And in his submission, he has just described Kitara fans as amazing people. Now, the question I want to ask, before even the final, Paul had confirmed that he's going to be leaving Kitara Football Club. We don't know where he's going. Reports say that he will be leaving for Kenya. But my question is, why would he leave a team that has just lifted domestic silverware and they're destined to play on the continent? Because that is the target for every Ugandan footballer, to market themselves at a bigger stage like Africa.
Oh, thank you so much, my brother Clive. And actually, I have to thank sport, because somewhere I would also want to be one day. Because I don't think if it wasn't sport, Clive wouldn't be there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm so happy about the question you asked. I'm looking forward to not finalized yet, but my target is to quit Kitara Football Club at the end of the season, which has happened so far. I haven't sat with the management to negotiate or talk about my contract renewal, which I think we're going to do in the next days to come. But I had to declare that my contract had run out of contract, because it wasn't. It had run out of a contract indeed. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to maybe working with Kitara. If not, then definitely, at least I know I've done my part with the team. I've really done my part. I'm going to the continent. I think I've been at the continent before, so that wouldn't be a big, big step on my side. Yes, it would be big, but then not as big as it is for a new person who's going there to play the first continental game.
And you know, Paul, when you made the decision to go to Kitara, I could have written a bit of your football obituary, not your life obituary, because I want you to live very long.
Yes.
And get to 100. I could have written your football obituary. You went to Kitara when they were in the big league. You had played for KCC and Vipers, which is a pinnacle in Ugandan football for many of the players. You had played on the continent, like you stated. You played for Uganda, came off a bench and scored 4 goals against South Sudan. I think it was a Chan in the qualifiers. Then you chose to go to the big league. What kind of risk is that you're taking? You decided to bury yourself. You got a shovel and said, I'm going to Hoima. Baisma Munera. Even as we used to call it, we then still call you. We don't. So, how big a decision was that?
It was a big decision because.
And even why?
Actually, I did the same thing when I left KCCA and joined Barra City.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, someone who has been at his peak with KCCA has joined Barra City. How come? You know, but I went to Barra and still performed. From Barra,
But first there, why did you leave KCCA? There are accusations that wasaba allowance. That you asked for money, and that's why you had to leave.
Yes, it was related with money. That's a fact. I can't hide that on air. It was related with money, though I won't go deep in the details. But it was a money issue, so I wouldn't go into it.
Then in Barra, then Vipers.
City, then I play well at Barra City. Vipers had to give me a call. Paul, we need you back home. So I had to go to Vipers. I call it home because it is home. Vipers is my home. So I have to go to Kitara now after Vipers, because I don't think I would have left Vipers if it wasn't because of the injury I had. I had broken a metatarsal. A metatarsal is the bone in the foot.
Yeah.
I had broken a metatarsal when I was still at Vipers. So getting such an injury, actually it happened twice. So getting such an injury and you've run out of contract. It's very hard, honestly, for a team to say, you know, Paul, be around, you know. And actually, my injury was, they had said it's supposed to be surgery, you know, surgery has to take place, you know. And my mind was, you know, not settled. So, good enough, I received a call from one Mr. Kasozi Deo, who is the club president of Kitara Football Club. And the man is like, Paul, even if you do not come to play, I want you to come and help me have our team somewhere.
So you go to the big league.
So I go to the big league. We sit, negotiate. Yes, it's not as big as Vipers, you know, but at least you're going to be busy somewhere. So you just take the first 2 months training casually, simple training. Then by the time we came to the end of the big league, I actually scored 5 goals in the last 4 games for Kitara to qualify to the big league. Even scoring on the last day to qualify, you know, to come to the Premier League. So at least they now pick up the momentum. I come to the Premier League, you know, immediately after coming to the Premier League, you see how the first 5 games, the other games have come in. Actually, I credit myself. Yes, I credit the players, but on my side, I really believe I am so different in that off the pitch, I add something to the team. It's not about being on the pitch playing and having good football. Yes,
I like your confidence.
Yeah, it matters, but then the fact is,
I like your confidence, but I've seen you play better games on Saturday. Saturday wasn't one of your good games.
yeah, that's it. That's
in
it.
the final.
That's very true. That's
Yet
very true.
you had you were brilliant when the team was progressing, especially that game against Vipers.
Yes, I understand. I would give an excuse, but I wouldn't give it on air. Why the performance wasn't that good? We always have challenges. There is ups and downs in games. People are not on their days. When you on your day, you perform well. You know, for example, if I really had a good game against Vipers in the Uganda Cup. Why would it come now and be a bad game in the finals? So
against Snake.
Against Snake. So that literally shows you that there's a day, you know, a bad day in office and a good day in office.
That's right, and I am very impressed by the success story. I think everyone in the football world is very impressed by Kitara's success story, and the fact that you have been part of the team that has been cooking all this that we are receiving here. Makes you more knowledgeable about what has been transpiring behind the scenes that we may not know. So what exactly has been going on? How have you guys been preparing?
What's in the kitchen?
Exactly. What's in the kitchen?
Okay, there's accusations. Sometimes it's witchcraft. The other game when you played Vipers,
Everyone was involved.
the coach has so many rings. There's a club here that is accused of carrying a gecko lizard. When I was growing up, there was talk of a club that has purple goats to win games. Murogera, what exactly is the trick inside Kitara?
It is when you come, when you're successful. Let's, for example, say NTV is successful. It's a successful session. Your competitors have to come in and do whatever they do to put you down. You get so that someone can really say NTV is bad, you know, they did some weird things, you know. Someone would talk about my coach putting on rings. This is my ring. This is my wedding ring. I'll just give you an example of this.
You invited me to your wedding.
Yes.
I didn't make it there anyway.
So at least now, this is the ring I enter with on the pitch. Actually, he gave it an example sometime back when a team talk. Sorry, my coach, for airing this out. He gave it as an example. He said, you know, Paul, people are talking about my rings, but you see, Paul, this is a person who comes with a ring on the pitch after warm-up, even after when he's entering the pitch. Then before the game starts, no, before the game starts, I go remove the ring, give it to someone. Why have people not talked about him moving out to the ring, you know, move the pitch, come with it, then put it out, you know.
So what's the trick? It's not a gecko lizard. It's not.
No, it is about.
Rings,
yeah, it's about what we as players and the management do out there. First of all, I would say that I'm an honest person, by the way. You know me. That's why I've fallen out with some people several times. so now with Kitara, I come to a club where I find, you know, not professional players. That is a fact. These are young men, a few of them, okay, not all of them, but a few of them have just come to the league. They have just come to this level where they've not been before. So now, me as Mucureezi, I have to come in with the professionals. I have to tell you, if you come late for training, with the help of the coach or with the authority from the coach, if you come in late for training, you have to be punished. We are putting on white socks, you come putting on black, you have to be punished. So at the end of the day, I will not become your friend because I'm doing something you do not like. But at the end of the day, you know, this is something that is going to help us as a team achieve something. It's supper time, you're coming 10 minutes after, you have to be punished. And that is how everything is done professionally. So putting that aside, even in the training sessions, someone is just joking around, you know, tell them, man, you know, this is our job. We have to give it all, we have to work and make sure that we are somewhere. That is something that we've done behind the scenes that people do not know. That is something I do as an individual to push my fellows so that we can maybe at least be somewhere.
And at the same time, the chairman, the club president Kasozi, and the CEO at Ugonza are paying on time?
Yeah, they're paying on time. Really.
Because that's where the problems
good,
in Uganda.
Yeah, good motivation. You know, today it's just someone comes and tells you, you know, when you win this game, this is the bonus. You know, everyone's like, what? Bonus is actually someone's salary in a different club. I'll be honest with that. You get it?
Paul, all the time I've related with you, the one thing that I like about you is you're more than a footballer. Of course, you've gone to university.
Yeah, we did that so actually in Daily Monitor, balancing. And
yes. And you are not afraid to air your views. On Twitter, you've been accused of using the first person to refer to the success at Kitara by saying I made history and not we. Maybe you'll respond to that as well. But of course, maybe you also have a right. This was your 6th final.
Yes.
You've won 4 of them. So really, you have every right to say what you're doing. But I'm one of those who looks at sports and beyond it, and you are a good example. And of course, you know, we shall work together in our other things as well. So for me, I just have to say one thing. It's not a question, but just to appreciate you for setting an example of you can play sports, but also think beyond.
Yes.
And also air out what you feel is right. And the things you're talking about, you know, professionalism, punishing you for, because I mean, Isma, you've had stories of players now. Most of the players, okay, maybe I haven't done the math, but if you listen to the stories from them days and now, they'll tell you players went over and above what is taught in training. You do the training, but then after that you go do your other things, put in the miles, do the runs and all. So those are some of the things. That
like his free kicks, they cannot be just out of the training session.
So maybe...
Sorry to cut you short, my brother. Actually, on that issue, you see now you talked of the free kicks. That is something that is done besides training.
Yes.
With the penalties, I'll give you an example. Scoring 3 penalties against Vipers in the same game.
You confuse the goalkeeper.
Let me be honest with you. I just even talked to Dennis Bossa before he put up a story in Daily Monitor.
Yeah.
I took over 20 penalties that week. Over 20 penalties that week.
Yeah.
That literally shows you that I'm coming in a game and I'm I'm blessed with penalties. So that really shows you that if I get, even if there are 5, they will have to be converted. Because this is something I've done throughout the week.
Mental and physically, you're up for it.
I'm up for it. That's why I even had to come for the last penalty when I'm, confident. I was actually very sure, like 110% sure that it's a goal.
So what was the goal? Jacko Makech?
It was Jacko Makech.
Yeah, he was unlucky.
Yeah, he would, honestly, yeah.
And let me tell you something.
Yes.
And I watch games while having conversations about everyone on the pitch. So I was in Nwankulukuku when you didn't have a good game, like I stated earlier. So when you went off, I was like, ompira guno gugenda mu penalty kalatazi kuba mujeko, because at the time neck actually had you by the neck because they created all the chances. Kremerothom, you just refused to score. They had you by the neck, I could say. Of course, at decisions there, I could have an argument, Brian Senyondo, with about to Abdudu in the midfield, to switch and have a right back who is a natural there. There were things that weren't working. Even you yourself, seeing you on the left side, you like playing closer to the main striker. There were so many things I was thinking. Jude Semuga shouldn't be too wide. He's very effective when he comes very close to the center forward, Dennis Omedi. Omedi was having a terrible first touch. Whoever polished his shoes for that day, Amugobe. Because every time he tried to stop the ball went away. So then you're withdrawn and the game is looking like, okay, Neck are not going to score because they are very wasteful. Then eventually Solomon Okwalinga comes off the bench. I was actually thinking Andrew, because we had used Okwalinga on the cover page of the Saturday Monitor. So when I get to Wankuluku and he hasn't started, then I'm thinking, wow. Then he eventually came off a bench and changed the game, and then I feel a bit of vindication as an editor was making the decision to have Okwalinga as the person in that position. So I can imagine when you talk about the penalties alone and the process, how you have to be ready for different situations. Because the one thing for me that stood out, Kitara looked very ready for all the situations that were going to come in the game. Even when they're not playing badly, they were at least not losing. The Mourinho thing, if you go into a game you can't win, don't lose it. Don't lose it. And this is a team that had probably 95% of people inside that, or 99, were cheering for Kitara. All these fans, everyone with their red kits. I prefer the blue one. The blue kit looks much better. The blue one looks much better. But there were all these things out, and I kept on thinking about the disappointment, because as I came in, there was several Kamunyes, the drones. I don't even like to mention the word drone. It might get someone follow fair seat if they've been in one. So the drones, and I'm thinking, okay, Kitara have to win. If they don't, you know, we fans are very fickle, but heartbreaking. You use a very feminine word. I was thinking fickle. That was heartbreak. And that kind of thing. So the impact of something like this, and Mucurezi, you've been around, you've seen Ondo Paraka, probably as huge a crowd or even bigger. Remember when they filled Nachivobo, the old Nachivobo, when they played Vipers
on the finals.
What happens after this for a club like this? Now I want you to speak not as a footballer, but as someone who has lived the game here and understand now you have an idea of what it means to be part of a club.
Yeah, that's a good one. And actually I've been sharing with a few fans in Hoima out there. This is a big achievement for the team, but at the end of the day, God forbid if we had lost this, I don't think Kitara would have a good season come next season. It would have been a little bit challenging. You have the title hopes of the Star Times Premier League, and you've lost them. You've come with the finals, you've lost it. Fans out there, I wouldn't say, okay, I will have to say, fans outside Kampala or even outside the new teams that are coming up. Let's say even look at the Mbare Heroes that has come in, you know, Odumparaka, Kitara. Fans out there believe in winning.
That's right.
They believe in winning. So the moment you don't win anything, honestly speaking, you will not have any of them at the pitch. So it is up to the club, the management, the players, to raise the standards of what they have bought. This is a trophy. You have to make sure that next season, if you don't win this, at least you're at the finals. If you don't win the Star Times Uganda Premier League, at least you're in the top 2 or top 3. But the moment you come next season and in the top 6 or even number 8 or 9, trust me, the next 2-3 seasons will be weird for you. It will be a different story. You look at the final, the last game we played.
Yeah.
I'm always on the stats. Sorry about that. The last game we played against Gaddafi. If you saw the number of fans that were on the pitch, I almost felt like, okay, are we playing alone? Are we always having people behind us? Because the people
because you knew the title was no longer in your hand.
The title was no longer in our hands.
Yeah.
But there were chances of Kitara winning the title.
Yeah, they were.
However small they were, but the chances were there. So now the question is, what if Kitara had won the trophy that day? Would people come from Hoima to Masindi to support and lift the trophy? That now comes back to you fans out there. That it's not about
just winning.
It's about the love of the team. Look at Sheffield. They have been relegated. By the last game of the season, the pitch is full to its capacity. Sorry to use this example. KCCA has no title hopes. By their last game at Lugogo, the pitch is full to its capacity. So I'm trying to talk to the people out there that if you're really supporting Kitara, if you're supporting any other team of yours, support it with the love that you really have it at heart. But you don't support it because it is winning. After it has started losing, you know where to be seen.
Anyway,
I have one question.
And remember, I interrupted. I cut someone short.
It's okay.
This comes with CAF responsibilities. Going to the continent, you're not going to be with a team. Of course, like you have said,
He hasn't confirmed.
He hasn't confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay, assuming you'll be with the team, how prepared are you mentally, financially for the big task ahead?
Yeah, on the side of finances, it will be the president to answer that.
We'll
the club CEO. Yeah, you'll invite the club CEO to answer that. But then, as the players, if given a chance and I'm with the team, I would really be able to work hard. I've been there before. I know how to approach a team that is coming from Egypt, from North Africa. I know how to handle a team that is coming from South Africa or even Central Africa. So I've been there before. I've played most of those teams before. So if I'm part of the team, it's easy for me to get to know, motivate the boys and tell them, you know what, it is this. It has to be handled. You get it? So at least I know if you're going to play, because I've played Al Masri. Remember when you qualified with KCCA?
Yeah, Benjamin Ochan
doing wonders there. You know. So at least you know how it is going to, and if you know what they did before the game, honestly, if the team had no experienced players, KCCA wouldn't have made it through. Because it was a different story.
You can whisper. El Masri Barogo.
No, they are trying to do the mind games. They are playing the mind games out there for you to lose the focus.
Which we call witchcraft in our language.
To move on. On social media, we were asking people earlier, what is their greatest cup of all time? FA Cup or
Are you still moving on? I have a question.
Yes, we have to move on. So I've got to ask you, what has been your greatest final? Uganda Cup.
My greatest Uganda Cup
of the ones
final.
you've played, yeah.
The ones I've played. I have to honestly tell you that this is my best final.
This has been your best?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have achieved it with a team no one really expected to achieve it.
Okay.
That is, it is the greatest final I've had.
It's the greatest title.
Yes.
And we're going to cross over to Clive as we switch gears. I know Andrew is not happy with me, but we're running out of time. Clive, the FA Cup. I won't ask you about the GOAT, about your greatest FA Cup of all times. I don't know if it was